They say some are born to swim, but no one tells you how many times you have to sink before you learn to rise. This is not just a story about swimming, it's a story about survival. Every time I dive in, I face the same fear, but that fear is what keeps me alive. Because strength isn't born on the surface, it's created underwater. The sound of water has a strange way of silencing everything else. When you're standing at the edge of the pool or staring into the waves, it's not just water you see, it's every doubt, every failure, every fear waiting below the surface. And for a moment, you wonder if you were ever really born to swim or if you were just afraid to sink. Every great swimmer starts the same way, with hesitation. The first time your head goes under, your body panics. The world turns quiet, and your breath becomes the only thing that matters. You kick, you struggle, you rise, and that's where the lesson begins. You weren't born fearless. You learned to move despite the fear. People love to talk about success, the medals, the speed, the record times. But no one talks about the moments when your lungs burn and your arms give up. No one tells you how many times you sink before you finally float. The truth is, you have to drown a little in your own doubt before you learn to breathe underwater. This story isn't about swimming. It's about learning to fight when everything inside you screams to stop. It's about that moment when you can't touch the ground anymore. And still, you don't quit. Because that's when you find out who you really are. You weren't born to avoid the deep. You were born to master it. There's a certain beauty in the struggle. The water doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care about your excuses or your fears. It gives you only two choices, sink or rise. And sometimes you have to choose to sink first. Because in the silence beneath the surface, you find something stronger than fear, resilience. When the world tells you you're not ready, remember, neither was the ocean. It just existed, vast, untamed, unpredictable. Yet people still dive in, not because they know they will survive, but because they trust themselves to adapt. That's what swimming teaches you. You don't need to control the water, you just need to move with it. The truth is, everyone sinks at some point, in life, in love, in their dreams. But what defines you is not the sinking, it's the comeback. The moment you break through the surface again, gasping for air, realizing you made it through. That single breath of survival becomes your greatest victory. So if you've failed, if you've fallen, if you've sunk, good. That means you're in the right place. It means you're trying. It means you're still in the water. You were born to swim, but not afraid to sink first. Because sinking is just the beginning of learning how to rise. Every champion was once a beginner who almost quit. Every strong swimmer once felt like they couldn't make it one more lap. And every person who ever succeeded started with a moment of complete doubt, followed by one brave decision to keep going. So today, whatever your water looks like, a challenge, a dream, a fear, don't step back. Dive in. The water may be cold, the current may be strong, but it's where strength is born. You are not defined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you resurface. Remember this, you were born to swim, but not afraid to sink first. Subscribe, keep rising, never stop moving.